General Blackjack Pershing. I know a lot of you have heard that name before, but did you know how he came about getting that name? Well, he was put over a company of Buffalo soldiers. And when that happened, instead of calling him General Blackjack Pershing, they called him Nigger Pershing, because the fact he was over these Buffalo soldiers. But when they saw how gallantly these Buffalo soldiers fought, they changed it out of respect and started calling him General Blackjack Pershing. Well, under Blackjack Pershing, there was a captain, and he became a pretty famous person in history himself. His name was George Patton, and he also was over Buffalo soldiers. They fought in a number of wars for the United States with the Buffalo soldiers, one being the Spanish-American War in Cuba. You know, a lot of people read in the history books about Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders going up San Juan Hill. But the truth of the matter is, General Blackjack Pershing and Captain George Patton went up San Juan Hill ahead of Teddy Roosevelt and took the fire, so Teddy Roosevelt and those Rough Riders could make that charge going up San Juan Hill. Now, you take General George Patton. When you see a movie of George Patton, the only black that you'll see most of the time is his attaché, polishing his boots, folding his clothes, and so forth and so on. But that's not the real history of it. A number of his tank units were Buffalo soldiers. Matter of fact, have you ever heard of the Red Ball Express? That was the company of Buffalo soldiers who followed General Patton into battle, who brought him gasoline, food, weapons, ammunition, and whatever else he needs, so he could make those dangerous and famous charges through those German lines. The Buffalo soldiers were from 1866 to 1944, and they fought in every war that this country fought in during those times. The Filipino Wars, World War I, World War II, the Indian Wars, and so forth along, and the Mexican Wars. And at the end of the World War II, I'm sorry, not at the end of the World War II, but some of the Buffalo soldiers after the Indian Wars came to be what we call the Red Tails, or most famously, the Tuskegee Airmen.